Right, we'll start this week with a shot of the inside where I put the plasticine. I got a little bit of lead underneath inside there and some lead down in this gap I've shown you before, and just blobbed some plasticine in place and painted over parts which may show up to the outside world, so you don't look down a cockpit and find multicolored plasticine here. So now I can just put this together and see it taped in place. Alright, so now I've put it all together. Go on whole fuselage, except for the tail bit obviously. And if I focus on that, we've got the covered over the gap that was there with 3 sheets of cut the shape plastic card. Then I took a scalpel and just scraped it off to try and shape it off there, so it's like a bit of an angle, a wedge shape there. So I'll paint over that, and when it's dry tomorrow, and in a couple of seconds time after this, the fuselage. Also, I've been working on the wings. Now on the F-16, I'll show you the old reappearance of the Belgian one again. On the F-16 you've got these little static wicks on the edge of the trailing edge of the wings. So what I did, excuse me, because they're not present in the Hasegawa kit, what I did, I offered that up to the wing, to the new wing, to the old wing, and I marked where the wicks were, and then I took a razor saw, specifically this one, and coned along each of the edges. This went there. This one smooth, because it's quite thin. I just one or two strokes is needed, and then I slightly widened that down with a scalpel, as you would, just nibbling the edge of it. And then I got a couple of polystyrene rods to on this other wing. I've put them in place, you see, but I haven't cut them to size. So I put them in place with a bit of weight glue. I'll probably use some proper polystyrene cement to hold them tighter, because they're not very solidly in there. And then when they're probably fixed, I'll cut them to size, because they're only about 3mm long really, and then it'll be a bit of a extra detail than you get with the kit. And I've done the same thing with the elevators. Also, I've finished painting the tank. Did a bit more what do you call it, filler to try and clear it up. It's not great, but nobody doesn't know isn't going to notice. He's going to notice. So there we are. Okay, here we are then. Following day, I've taken all the tape off. Glue is set, hopefully, and I've filed on various areas where the joins were. I've also get that closer to you. I've added these sensor place nubbins, whatever they're called, blobs on the side. Not exactly what they are, but I think they're some sort of sensor. But they're little tiny bits of parts, and you could put them on your finger, and basically I had to wet the end of my finger and to hold them in place and put them on there with a little tiny blob of glue. But there they are. It could be moulded in, but I added them. That's the fuselage together. I've painted various extra bits as well as needed. I painted over the that's where the extra filler part was. Look, that's covered over quite nicely. I've put the static discharge wicks on both of the wings now, and the laser is in focus on that. And you can see I've trimmed them to size. They're not too bad. There's one or two are a bit loose, but I'll have to put more glue on those. But yeah, trimmed it to size, about 2.5mm long, and they do the job. You'd never know, would you? Right then, there's a bit of a milestone reached. Got the wings on, both wings on. I just got a bit of tape there to stop them sagging, but it's probably no need of it being on there anymore. I just left it on there. I had a bit of plasticine in a crack by here, but I didn't want to put filler in it. It can get messy. A bit of plasticine painted over, fills in the cracks, and then a bit of pre-shading black paint in the gaps which would be there for the arrestor hook. And I got the static discharge wicks there, and I may put a bit of plasticine along there too, just to fill up the gap and paint it over it. I've got the ejector seat in as well. Put a bit of tape on there, just a tiny bit of tape for the ejector seat harness, just to give us a suggestion of it being there. Because I'm going to paint the main cockpit area with a bit of smoke colour to make it tinted window in the front. I think that's what's called for in the instructions. There we are, that's the wings on.